Hello everyone. Okay, so would you like to solve your storage problem on the Galaxy S4? Probably the answer is yes, but you do need to be rooted for this one to work. Okay, if you don't know the issue, Google mandated within Android that internal memory would be used for storing things like games and applications, and strictly speaking, developers at the phone manufacturers are not allowed to deviate from that. Now, one solution that people have come up with is an application called folder mount, and what this will do is it will allow you to move an application or game onto your SD card, so you're separate memory from the internal memory, and then hook it back up so that the Android operating system can't tell the difference as to where it's been actually stored and saved. So first of all, let's take a quick look at my storage space. So you can see here I've got 2.62 gig used up at the moment, of 9 available, thanks Samsung, and there's my SD card with 7.5. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use an application called Folder Mount. You can download this from the Play Store. You do need to be rooted for this to work. This particular version of Folder Mount I've paid the little bit extra for. The free version only allows you to mount 3 applications at a time. Once you pay for it, you can mount as many as you like. We'll call this car for Carmageddon, which we're going to move. We select the source folder, and then what we need to do is we need to navigate to where this data is being held, and we then need to try and find it. And it will be in one of these. There we go. And you can see here, if it's been mounted, it says mounted. If it's actually residing within this folder on the internal memory, it will give me a size, 73.2 meg. We select that, and we'll let it create its own link on the external memory. And if we want to, we can tell this folder to be omitted from the media scan system. That'll get rid of any thumbnails or potentially problems that might occur. We hit the tick button, and it then moves the data. Now in a second, it will finish moving that data. You can see here we get a thing for it along the notification bar. That's 100%. Then we come in, and you see this pin button. We hit the pin, and that will then mount it. At that point, the data has been moved over to the SD card. Now hopefully this will work correctly for me. There we go, 2.55, which I believe is different than what it was before. I have noticed that sometimes you have to reboot before you actually notice the storage size changing, but it's as simple as that. Then if we go into the app, we can see it carries on running absolutely fine. I've tried this with multiple gigabyte data from things like Vice City and all sorts of games, and it works absolutely spot on. It does a great job. What you have to bear in mind is the speed of your external memory card, the one you've added in, does make a big difference. If it's a slow, cheap card, then you will notice a performance dip in the games or apps that you're running. You'll notice some stutter and so on as having to load up textures. So just bear that in mind. You really want the fastest card you can possibly get, Class 6 being really the minimum, Class 10s if you can get your hands on them. Easy as that. Now you've managed to save loads and loads of space on your Galaxy S4 by dumping it all across onto your external memory card. Couldn't be easier.